It's his third year and Victor Wembanyama is making his case for MVP this year. Averaging 30 points, 14 rebounds and almost 5 blocks per game, he's clearly a man on a mission, and I can't see any defenders in the league that can stop him right now. His opening night performance against one of the best defenders in the NBA, Anthony Davis, he put up 40 points, 15 rebounds and 3 blocks, pushing AD and Derek Lively around like they were his kids, and then hitting them with combos on the perimeter that would leave anyone dizzy before knocking down threes. It's easy to look at Wemby's numbers and see the improvement. It's just been 5 games into the season, but he's already averaging career highs in almost every category. Points, rebounds, blocks, steals, field goal percentage, field goal attempts, but there's one number that's significantly down, and that is his 3-point attempts per game. The rest of the league is shooting more threes. And after shooting a respectable 35% from the field last year, Wemby realized the amount of damage he can do if he plays around the rim, and it's the reason we're seeing a huge bump in his scoring. One thing that you notice this year is Wemby's insistence on driving to the rim, even when given the space to shoot, like here against Dallas. The Mavs are in their zone, Wemby's at the top of the key, and the 2 high defenders aren't close enough to contest a shot. He still puts his head down and gets to the rim for the easy dunk. I love that the Spurs sometimes play him as the ball handler in pick and roll situations. Most bigs aren't good at navigating screens, so it gives him an automatic advantage. Here he's able to get open and then use the pump fake to get Lively out of position, and he could have easily taken this 3, but instead he insists on getting to the rim where no one can contest his dunk. More pick and roll here as the ball handler, and this time no one knows what's going on defensively for the Pelicans. Another place you notice his paint presence is in transition. He's always looking to touch the paint first before getting out to the 3-point line, and the Spurs guards are getting a lot better this year about throwing lobs like you see here against the Pels. And the Spurs coaching staff obviously have this as a focus because you'll see where they position him in the half-court offense. Some teams are anticipating him being on the perimeter like he was last year, so they'll put a wing on him and he just easily posts up and can use 1 or 2 dribbles, or even less sometimes, to get to the rim. Look at the opening play against the Pelicans. A simple drop step, no dribble needed, and he's able to get to the rim for 2. A similar idea here against the Mavs. They have PJ Washington on him, and he uses a simple pump fake, gets the defender out of the way, and is able to get to the rim. Why does the reverse dunk look so easy when this guy does it? And even when the play is not drawn up for him, he's still around the paint, around the rim, and he acts like the cleanup guy when the Spurs miss layups. And his teammates, whenever they're in awkward positions now, know that they have this emergency release valve. They can just throw a lob anywhere, and Wemby is going to go get it. This style of play is a huge reason why we see his field goal percentage go up from 47% last year to 56% this year. That's a 9% increase. That's crazy. And it's far from the only place that this has had an impact, because he's playing around the basket more often now. Teams are finding themselves in helpless situations more often and are resorting to fouling and holding him, leading to a huge spike in his free throw attempts. He's more than doubled his free throw attempts this year and doubled his makes as well from last year, and that is just scary for defense. And to avoid fouling him, teams have started sending double teams his way. And it's scary how quickly he's improved passing out of these situations and has improved his passing in general. And while his assist numbers are down, the eye test tells you that this guy has really improved his reading of the defense and his ability to make passes into tight windows. The Nets double team him out of the short roll here, and there's no hesitation before making this pass on target to Barnes, who just misses the 3. And a few possessions later, on this drive to the basket, the Nets double team him again, and he easily finds Barnes for the cut, this time leading to a dunk. On this possession, the Spurs are in a horns alignment, and the Nets double team the ball handler, who swings it to Wemby. And there's no hesitation on this pass. The ball is barely in his hand for a second, and he's able to swing the ball over to the shooter in the corner, who just misses the shot again. Finally, the mark of a great passer is having the ability to move the defense and create passing openings. And Wemby is beginning to show that. He loves to use his shots to get the defense to move before swinging the ball to an open teammate. And against Dallas, he's leading the break in transition, and freezes the defense with his eyes before releasing this no-look dime. The scariest part of all this is that there's still more parts of his game that just haven't clicked yet. By that I'm referring to his mid-range jumper. It's one of his go-tos lately, and it's clearly a move that he worked on in the off-season. He loves to pull out this fadeaway when the defense sends a double team or when his defender beats him to the spot. But he just is not hitting the shots with any sort of regularity. These are very makeable shots, especially for someone with this kind of height advantage over his defenders. If he improved the consistency of this shot even a little bit, it's going to be pretty over for the rest of the league. This year he's making his campaign for MVP. I think by next year he's going to be making his campaign for being the best player in the league. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you want to see me break down more NBA players, games, and actions. Catch you in the next video.